governed by the council and governing body, which includes senior officials leading SME promotion organizations from different countries.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Vanakkam, and welcome to the day 2 of the Global Spin Conclave on promotion of handlooms, handicrafts, and technical textiles, organized by the World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises, WASME, and I'm Khadi Foundation, in association with the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. The Department of Handloom, Handicrafts, Textiles and Khadi, Government of Tamil Nadu, is a state partner and the host of the conclave, duly supported by the Ministry of Textiles as a knowledge partner and the NIF Foundation for Design and Innovation, NFDI, as co-organizer. My name is Divya N, and I work as Assistant Professor at NIFT Chennai, and I will be the compeer of this morning's event. The conclave organizer, WASME, is dedicated to stimulating, fostering, promoting, and coordinating for international cooperation for the growth and development of micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs worldwide since 1980. In its 42 years, WASME has created great synergy with UN organizations, ministries, local government bodies, regional authorities, international linkages, civil societies, SMEs, etc., in both developing and developed countries across the world. WASME empowers MSMEs through policy advocacy, conferences, seminars, research studies, buyer and seller meets, exhibitions, trade felicitation, training, publication, and network linkages. The organization is spearheaded by HE Ambassador Dr. K.C. Janki as President of WASME and Vice Presidents in Africa, Europe, Bangladesh, Nepal, and India, and the International Secretariat of which is located in Noida in Delhi, NCR. I Am Khadi is a not-for-profit social enterprise and an export-based startup. I Am Khadi, incubated at the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, and is working towards marketing and promotion of hand-woven, hand-spun fabric and handlooms in the disorganized sector, village industries products in the global markets, all for the uplifting of living standards of rural artisans and women SHEs, cooperatives, startups, NGOs, village industry entrepreneurs, by helping them achieve direct global market and spread across the country. I Am Khadi was instrumental in advocating a need for HSN code for the Khadi sector in export promotion. The movement is led by Mr. Yash Arya, founder and CEO of I Am Khadi. NIF Foundation for Design Innovation, NFDI, is a Section 8 company set up by the Ministry of Textiles under the umbrella of NIFT. The mission is to synchronize and synergize the interactions between various entrepreneurship ecosystems, stakeholders, both Indian and global, with utmost importance in enabling community members to become successful entrepreneurs. This is done through structured programs, mentorship, funding, and events. Self-reliance, import substitution, and export promotion are the pivots of this demand generation. Global Spin Conclave is one of the biggest conclaves in the textile sector in India that promotes handlooms, handicrafts, and technical textiles with specific focus on technology, supply chain, innovation, credit, market, and sustainability. This platform offers to strengthen the startup ecosystem in the fashion, textiles, lifestyle accessories, and associated technology sector to empower and help the design community become entrepreneurs and help artisans and craftspeople as well in improving their products, their supply chain, and commercializing their product service ideas in their global market. This conclave and exhibition is supported by various players such as Co-optics, Khadi Craft, Pumbuhar, SIDBI, Indian Technical Textiles Industry, GOTS, Trace Yarn, Malgadi, HEPC, and Trifed. This morning's program will begin with a presentation on schemes, incentives, and benefits for MSMEs, followed by panel discussions on innovative financing, digital supply chain, AI, and blockchain technology for the textile sector. After lunch, we would have a workshop by Mr. Dharmveer Singh, followed by a presentation on NFDI and a workshop on zero waste, zero defect. Without much ado, I would like to begin today's proceedings. For that, I would like to invite on stage with pleasure Ms. Mercy Epao, CSS, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. I request the audience to welcome the dignitaries on stage with a round of applause. I invite HE Professor Dr. K.C. Janki, Ambassador of Mauritius to Russia, to the stage, followed by Dr. Ajit Kumar Nigam, CEO and Director, NFDI, Dr. Sanjeev Layak, Executive Secretary, WASME, Mr. Yash Arya, CEO and Founder, I Am Khadi Foundation, and Mr. Padmanabhan Emin, CEO, Lakshakya Tex LLP. I request the audience to welcome them with a round of applause, please. I now request the audience and the dignitaries on stage to please stand for the national anthem. I request everyone to please be seated, and that which you heard was the Tamil Thai Varthu. We would be playing the national anthem towards the end. Thank you. I now invite Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Sanjeev Layak to felicitate Ms. Mercy Epao with a bouquet of flowers and an Angavastram. I now invite Dr. Sanjeev Layak to welcome this distinguished gallery, a distinguished audience, with his welcome address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Team WASME, I Am Khadi, and NFDI, this is my privilege to warm welcome today's chief guest, our Honorable Joint Secretary, Ministry of MSME, Madam, Ms. Marsipa, our Honorable President Wasme, His Excellency, Mr. K.C. Janki, Mr. Yash Arya, CEO, IM Khadi, Mr. Ajit Kumar Nigam, CEO, NFDI, Mr. Padanadam, and all the dignitaries and ladies and gentlemen to this morning. As you know that these MSMEs, we have been already talking about, they are the backbone of our economy, and they are contributing towards the development of all the social and economic development in our country. Their contribution to the GDP is 32%, 52% to the export, and generating 70 to 80% of the employment. And this is the very biggest sector. They are generating such employment in this country, and they have been neglected for a long period of time. Now government has already initiated many schemes to revive, sustain, and empower the MSMEs in this particular economy. Yesterday's program was very good, and we had the Government of India, Government of Tamil Nadu officials, Honorable Minister was also there, and large number of MSMEs, they had participated and got benefited of the discussion on the various panels and the presentation. So I am not taking much of time. We have the Honorable Joint Secretary, ma'am. She is having the presentation on the government schemes and all. So I would like to just say all the participants over here to get benefited of this presentation and the schemes of the Government of India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your heartwarming welcome. I now invite Ms. Mercy Epao, CSS, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India, to make a special presentation for us on the schemes, incentives and benefits for MSMEs. Please welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. PPT is ready? Okay. Yeah.
In order to see and learn from the presentation the most, I request the dignitaries to please be seated along with the audience, and we will begin the presentation shortly. Thank you.
Very good morning. It's my pleasure to be a part of this conclave. I congratulate WASME, the organizer, and the co-organizers, NFDI and IM Khadi, for organizing this wonderful conclave where many stakeholders are brought together under one platform to discuss how we can take forward the textiles sector and bring it to a world champion, especially from India. I may not be wrong if I say that textile is one of the oldest industries as far as India is concerned. We are very rich and we are truly leading, I think, in the global scene as well. And I must also say that there is still so much more that we must do and we can do, because the potentials are huge and we have all kinds of textiles. Name it and it's already there. Very rich, vibrant, and also beautiful designs and our costumes that must be propagated. So thank you for having me. I'm very delighted also to know that yesterday you had a very fruitful discussion, and so many people, both from Government of India as well as the state government, must have come and enlighten you, create awareness of what are the various schemes and interventions the government is doing to increase and promote this sector. And so today, coming from the Ministry of MSME, I would like to also share what are some of the initiatives that Government of India, Ministry of MSME has undertaken, and how best we can partner with you, because you know the ground reality. So we would like to engage with you more, and also want to inform you, intimate you, create awareness of what we are doing, so that you can also access the benefits that government has introduced for the MSMEs. So I will be going through the presentation, and along with it, I will explain. And if you have any question, you can also write down and let me know. Maybe there will be a Q&A time later on, or maybe over any break time, you can always come and talk to me. So if you look at it, Ministry of MSME has done a reclassification of the categories of MSME. So here we are now including manufacture, services, and trade, these three, okay? Then the investment. The only difference with the rest of the world classification is that we don't count into employment, okay? How many numbers of employment you are generating, that we are not counting, but we are doing into investment and turnovers. So when we talk about MSME, 90+% of the MSMEs are in the micro sector, very, very small units, and sizable in small sector, but very small number in medium. So this is the sector that we are dealing with, and as I said, we are hugely in micro sector alone. Now, if you talk about the MSME's contribution towards the economic development, then you will see like this. Of course, right now our speaker has said some other percentage. So people quote very differently. So the other day we had a meeting with Ministry of Statistics and Planning Program Implementation Ministry to find out how exactly they are doing the survey sample and then bringing together this. So hopefully we'll get a very good concrete number very soon. But as of now, this is what is being projected. Now, in order to bring the MSMEs in the formal sector, because many of the MSMEs are informal, and we do not know exactly till today how many MSMEs are operating in our country. Of course, our products are, diverse, and there are so many products and services. I have mentioned in my earlier slides that it's more than 6,000 products that we are looking into, but it could be a lot more. But since there is no particular data where all these are captured, we don't really know. So what government is now trying to do is that, okay, we'll create a portal, and then we will seed their Aadhaar and also their PAN card, so that whoever is coming and getting registered on this Udyam portal, those numbers will become a credible portal, a credible data for the government. Even if we have to do any program for them, unless we have a credible data, it's difficult. So we have started this one, and as of now, it has gone up to 1 crore and 9 lakh CR today. It's live, it's dynamic. So if any of your members, all the industrialists who are here, all the MSME enterprise members who are here, if any of your members have not registered, kindly register on Udyam registration. It is without money. The moment we put up on the website, there are so many fake sites that have come up. They are demanding money, but those are fake. So don't go on those websites. Our website is free. We don't ask for any money. You just have to give your details, and once it is captured, then you are eligible to enter and access the various benefits that Ministry of MSME gives. Now, we work under 5 verticals hugely, and so if you look at it, for the finance facilitation, you will see that PMEGP. PMEGP, in a year, we spend more than 3,000 crore, and we have revised. If you are following our ministry very closely, you will find that for the manufacturing, from 25 lakh, now we have gone up to 50 lakh. For services, it was only 10 lakh, but now we have given to 20 lakh. So PMEGP also we have revised, and we are giving better percentages of subsidy for the periphery areas, the rural areas, women, and so kindly access those through banks, okay? And then the other one is CGTMSE, Credit Guarantee Scheme, which is also very popular. So you can have a look at that. It's all on the website. The guidelines have been updated, and so you need to read the guidelines in order to access the benefits. Then interest subvention. Another one which I want to also include here is the Shri Fund. The Shri Fund, it is a new intervention by our government, and so it is announced by our Honorable Finance Minister in 2020 budget announcement, and it is to address the severe shortage being faced by the MSMEs in securing growth capital. And so consequently, Ministry of MSME designated NSIC to execute fund of funds scheme of rupees 10,000 crore by anchoring it 100% owned subsidiary company. So NSIC Venture Capital Fund Limited, NVCFL, was formed, and it is a wholly owned subsidiary of the NSIC, and it is implementing the Shri Fund. Shri Fund is Self-Reliant India Fund. Okay, so what is the objective of this Shri Fund? It is to enhance equity, quasi-equity, and debt financing as permitted under relevant SEBI guidelines of MSME. And also it supports faster growth of MSME businesses and thereby ignite the economy and create employment opportunities. It supports enterprises which have the potential to graduate beyond the MSME bracket and become national and international champions. It supports MSME, which helps making India self-reliant by producing relevant technologies, goods, and services. And the daughter fund, empaneled up to August 2022, is 26 numbers, and the details are already available on nvcfl.co.in on that website. So if you can have a look at that, it'll be helpful for you. The second vertical that we hugely emphasize in the ministry is the skill development. So we have a program called Entrepreneurship and Skill Development Program, ESDP. This is implemented by the Development Commissioner Office. And we also have a scheme called Assistant to Training Institutions. So we have training institutions all across India, so we give funding to them, and they are training them, building up their capacities, so that they become eligible to get employment and also to become entrepreneurs. And the other one, of course, one more is there, which is the National SCST Hub, which we also train the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. Technology enablement is a very big intervention of the ministry, and we are driving this. And under this, we have this Sufurti, MSc CDP. CDP is a cluster development program. And if we want to reach the global market, of course, we need the backward linkage as well as the forward linkage. So we are creating Sufurti and MSc CDP by upgrading their companies, their enterprises with technology, with the latest technology. So we are giving them this, and also the special credit link capital subsidy for the SCs and STs. We are giving them up to 1 CR and 25% of subsidy to them. So this is a very popular scheme for the SCs and STs, and also for other MSMEs. So you can have a look at that, read the revised guidelines, which are already uploaded on the website of the ministry. For the market linkage, which is a forward-linking program, we have international cooperation, and under this, just as WASME has accessed some of the funding for this particular conference, so we not only give money for organizing conclaves, but also take our MSMEs to participate in various popular fairs and exhibitions across the globe. So more than 700 exhibitions are already approved, and it's on the website. So if your members would like to participate in any of your textile sector exhibitions happening across the world, you can look into our website, see which industry association is leading them. So give your name and participate. We give you to and fro, and then per diem, and also the stall charges and the freight charges to some extent. It may not be 100%, but it's a good money. So we encourage our MSMEs to go and participate so that they understand what the world demand is, how best they can access the latest technologies that are available, what kind of trending is happening in the globe, so that they can go back and learn and build up their capacity. So this is one of the very popular schemes that the ministry runs. Also under National SCST Hub Scheme, we are building the SCs and STs to participate both domestic as well as international fairs and exhibitions. And so it's very popular. We're helping them. They are not only selling their products, but also understanding how to enter into the market value chain. And another one is, of course, PMS, Procurement and Market Assistance Scheme, Support Scheme. So this is run by the DC Office, Development Commissioner Office. So we are also helping. Right now in the revised guidelines, all the fairs and exhibitions that are happening outside of India will be sponsored by IC scheme, and whatever is happening within India will be sponsored by PMS scheme. So that's what we have done with the guidelines. So if any of you would like to participate in any of the big fairs that are happening, kindly go to the website, meet our DFO office as well as the NSIC office in your city, and then get yourself registered and participate. For the manufacturing competitiveness, we have this champion scheme, a new approach to increase competitiveness, and also the first-time exporter scheme. We signed 21 MOUs the other day, and we are giving a hand-holding support to the MSMEs, how they can become exporters. We are giving them registration fee to all the export promotion councils. We are also covering some of their insurance, and we are also giving them the testing fee for quality and also the certification that is required in order to enter foreign markets. So 3 components are covered under the first-time exporter scheme, and it's a little too early to announce, but we are already working very hard, and hopefully it will be uploaded very soon on the GEM portal about the GMIS. This will be Global Market Intelligence System. So in that data, we will be capturing what are some of the available markets for products. What kind of product is required? How can you enter that? What kind of certification and quality is required? What kind of standards are required? So all these informations will be uploaded on that GMIS portal. Our MSMEs can go there. You can register there. It'll be all free of cost, and it'll be a very dynamic portal. So that also will be coming soon, and we hope that it'll help. Another important new scheme that we have launched is the Z, Zero Effect and Zero Defect, for our ministry, for our MSMEs, and it was launched by our Prime Minister on 30th June. So keeping in line with the demand of the world that we have to be green, and as far as possible, we should not destroy our environment, and so all this will come under Z. And another important scheme that we have launched is the Champion Scheme, and in that, we are giving them ratings, okay? The MSME units will be given rating, bronze, silver, and gold. And if your unit is already bronze or silver or gold, whatever rating you get from the QCI, you will have better access to credit, credit facilitation. You will also get better benefit to enter into global market. So these are some of the interventions that our ministry has done. Now, if you look at Ministry of MSME organogram, you will find it like this. Khadi and Village Industry Commission, okay, and another one is Coir Board and National Small Industries Corporation. Development Commissioner, MSME will have all the DFOs under them, all the tool rooms under them, and also many other verticals. And NIMSME, National Institute for Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises, this is in Hyderabad, and it's an independent autonomous body. We give a lot of skilling and training and entrepreneurship development programs. And a lot of, especially the third world countries, African, our brothers and sisters from Africa, from Indian Ocean island nations, and including some of our Central Asia, all these people are coming to get training from NIMSME. And we also have an institute called Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Rural Industrialization in Wardha. And so here we promote Khadi and the philosophy of our national father. And tool rooms, technology development centers, all these come under the DC office. And as of now, we have 18 tool rooms running, several testing centers running, so many extension centers. We are planning to do 20 mega technology centers and 100 extension centers under hub and spoke model. And we are seeing how best we can bring technology to the last mile. So ministry is giving a lot of focus under this. So these are the verticals under which we work. And I would like to go to some of the major schemes that our ministry runs. Of course, the first one, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. This is one of the most popular one. So this is how assistance are given in percentage, you can see. And the second one is Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for MSMEs. So we give credit to the MSMEs, and the percentages, you can see the nature of assistance that's given there. So if you think that these schemes can benefit, kindly register yourself under UDHIAM and access some of these benefits. Now for the skilling part, I've already explained, but here, entrepreneurship and skill development program. We do these programs, and you can see the nature of assistance that's given to the DIs and the TCs and the BPL and all the entrepreneurship awareness programs, these are covered. Then assistance to training institutes, we support infrastructure upgradation for the training institutes of Ministry of MSMEs. We have several training institutions and the state level EDIs. So if the Tamil Nadu government EDIs would like to access some of the funding under our ATI, you can bring forth your proposal as well. And we give them the soft intervention, which is of skilling and capacity building. So this is how it works. And international cooperation, I've already said, but this, we facilitate our MSMEs to go and participate in international fairs and markets. And I think this year also we have approved 163 different fairs across the world happening in this year. So I know 6 months have passed, but then you can also access our IC scheme and then see if you would like to participate in any of the textile fairs that are happening in the coming months. Kindly get to know which industry association is leading and put your name forward, and we will be sponsoring you. And here we also have this capacity building for first-time exporter, which I've already explained, and GMIS. It's still in a very early stages, but we are working very hard, and hopefully in a year's time, you will see it running up and about. And we feel that this will be a very good intervention for our MSMEs because we are too small, we do not know what are the demands, we do not know where the market are, and we don't even know what are the certification, the quality, the various documentation that is required. We have no clue, and we do not know where to go for all those. So through this GMIS portal, we are trying to address some of these issues. Under the procurement and marketing support MSME, we are giving access to the domestic market. So kindly attend, and I'm sure in Tamil Nadu also there are many fairs which are already happening. And so you can participate, but not only within your state, but also create awareness, tell your friends from all over India to come and participate so that your state MSMEs also can benefit from other states. And government is working towards inclusive growth, and we would like to mainstream the economic activities of the SCs and STs. And so we brought in so many verticals, components under this National SCSD Hub Scheme. It was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister. We are now in the second phase. And so these are some of the nature of assistance that we are giving to our SCs and STs. And I know Tamil Nadu also has a sizable population of SCs and STs. So you can also access this. NSIC is the implementing body, and we have our NSIC office here. So you can visit their office, visit our website, and see how best our SCs and STs can also access this particular scheme. And as I said, we are trying to bring all the MSMEs under the formal sector. We would like to know how many MSMEs actually exist, how best we can help them, what are some of the challenges and gaps that we need to address. So in order to do that, we need a credible data. So that's how we have opened this Udyam registration. And so as on today, I think it is 1.9 lakh which have registered. So if you have not, kindly do that, because we are integrating with PAN, GSTN, and also we are linking it up with the GEM. And the other day, Honorable Prime Minister was saying that by December, every procurement must be on GEM, especially for the government and the CPSCs. So once you are registered here, you will be linking up to the GEM portal. So e-platform, you have access to e-platform, okay? So this will be helpful. And Champion portal, so this is one single window solution for needs and grievances. This was opened during the COVID time because the MSMEs are negatively impacted, and I think majority of our MSMEs suffered the pandemic. And so there were so many grievances that were coming forward. Many were facing closure, and I think many have already been closed down. So in order to address that, we brought out this Champion portal, and we have dedicated manpower, not only in Delhi, but also across India, where they can upload their grievances, how best they can access the finances, how they can get the delayed payment addressed, and so many other queries that they have. They put up here, our people are answering them, taking their call, linking them up with the concerned officer, and so the redressal rate is around 98%, which is very good. MSME Sambandh, this portal is monitoring the implementation of procurement, public procurement from the CPSCs, and as you know that under the public procurement policy, 25% of every procurement must be from the MSMEs, 4% from SCs and STs, 3% from women. So these mandated percentages are being monitored under this. So if you are already registered under the Udyam registration, then you will also be shown here, and you can access the GEM portal and others. Now GEM portal, of course, is a government e-platform, and so it provision for listing of products, goods and services, and it compare buying facility on dynamic pricing basis, single window system for aggregating demands and order, useful for low value buying and also for bulk buying at competitive price. So this is what GEM is all about, and you can access this after you register on the Udyam portal. Now MSME Samadhan is also a portal where we address the delayed payments. Many MSMEs suffers from delayed payments and they do not know where to go, so there are many grievances. So on this portal, we try to address them. We try to link them up with the concerned officers, not only necessarily from MSME ministry, but other ministries involved. We try to address those delayed payments under the MSME Samadhan portal. What are some of the new interventions recently government has introduced? Champion scheme, it's a new scheme. So under this Z comes, it is for sustainable, sustainable MSMEs. So this scheme is for zero defect and zero effect, as I said. And so it promotes all forms of innovation in the complete value chain, okay, from ideas, developing ideas into innovative application through incubation, design, intervention. And if you have any good idea, for example, our MSMEs may have a lot of ideas, but they are too small to even approach. They don't know whom to approach, where to go. So you can put forth your idea, and this idea is incubated in the host institute. Okay, the institutes are IITs, Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, IIMs, and some of these national important institutes are made the host institute. So they incubate their idea, create a business model for them, and that's how we are helping a lot of young people, creative people, our young youth. And also we are giving them market design. And I know here National Fashion Development, is it fashion? Oh, okay, NIF Foundation, yeah, design. So maybe you can come in this because we're also giving design intervention under our design in this champion scheme. Many of our, as I said, MSMEs are very small. They are quite traditional. They don't know what the world trend is about. And so their design remain quite static and quite old-fashioned. So we need new designs, better designs, so we are helping them under this champion scheme. And we are also giving them IPR, okay, intellectual property rights protection. So a lot of money is spent on so many MSMEs. Kindly access these schemes for the benefit of your enterprise. Now, as I said, capacity building for first time MSME exporters. This was launched on 30th June itself, and we signed already 21 MOUs, and we already received so many applications on the portal already. So we are trying to help our MSMEs become exporters. Self-reliant India, I've already shared a bit. So this is a fund-of-fund income program, and the government has given 10,000 crore by anchoring it through a 100% owned subsidiary company. And it is been named as Self-Reliant India, Shri Fund. And so it'll be a 4-time daughter fund, which means the market will have to bring daughter fund of 40,000. Government of India has given 10,000, so it is 50,000 corpus. So it's already running, and already we are already receiving applications, and almost on every week we are following up with this. So you can read the objectives of this Shri Fund. It is to enhance equity, quasi-equity, and debt financing. Okay, support faster growth for MSME business, and support the MSMEs to become, national and international champion and come out of the MSME bracket. And we want to support the MSME and help them make India self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So under this, it's a very good intervention. So you can look into the detailed guidelines and access the benefits. Now, one new program is called RAMP, okay, Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance. This is a World Bank supported program, 6,000 plus. And we are already working, but it is yet to really take it up because it has a lot of verticals which we are working hard with the state governments as well. So this will improve access to market and credit, and it will strengthen institutions, already existing institutions. We are coming alongside and strengthening them, and also helping the governance both with center and state. And it will also improve center-state linkages and partnerships, convergence of government programs so that it become more visible and the ecosystem is matured. So addressing issues of delayed payments and greening of MSME. So these 4 objectives will be covered under the RAMP scheme. So be on the lookout, go back and read the guidelines, and if that helps you, kindly access the benefits. We have tool rooms and technical institutions, and so as of now, 18 we have, but 20 more mega ones are coming up. Mega ones will be 200 crore above, and extension centers will be of about 5 CR, I think. So 100 extension centers will be, will be developed, and it will be under hub and spoke model. So you can see Chennai also has one. And what do they do? The services provided by MSME technology centers, design and manufacture, dies, molds, etc. Precision production facilities, right? Train industry, ready manpower. And we have partnership with international countries also, like Indo-German, for example, or Indo-Danish tool rooms. So they bring in their required skilling manpower. And so we train our people in that module, and then 100% is absorbed by their industry. So many new are coming up, and this many already exist. MSME cluster development, these are the backward linkage. We want to actually create clusters of all sectors. MSME is multi-sectoral, as you know. So if you want to become a global market champion, you need backward linkage. You need clusters, which are doing specific work. And so MSME cluster development is a very good program where the government is accepting up to 20 CR, and you can see the percentages of subsidy that the government is giving. These are very good. And I think Tamil Nadu, you can also map which district will require what kind of, clusters. And accordingly, you can access our scheme. I think as of now, very little proposal have come. So there is still a lot of scope for this particular one. The nature of assistance, you can look at it. And for detailed guidelines, how to apply, the format, etc., it's on the website, so you can have a look at that. Now, there is a scheme for Northeast region. I know it is not relevant for Tamil Nadu, but there is a specific scheme only for the Northeastern region, which I will skip because this may not really help. But for the textile sector, as far as the handloom sector is concerned, Northeast is #1 in the country, and that's a surprise to me also. We don't have power loom and all that, but we all do on the loin loom. But household-wise, Northeast is #1. And we have so many silk, we have so many beautiful fabrics that side, so you can also think of partnering with some of them and improve your final product as well. So that is what we do, and I just want to share a bit on how MSME is going forward. Government of India is already working on the roadmap of India 2047. You know, in 100 years' time, how India will be like, where India will be like, what we must be doing. So we already are working on the vision, and we would like to work backwards. So for the Ministry of MSME, we are trying to formalize all the MSMEs. As of now, we are saying that it's about 6 crore. But if you really bring all the data, everybody on the Udyam portal, I think it will be a lot more than that. And we would like to bring everyone under the formal sector. As of now, agriculture is #1 in employment generation, but we are hoping that MSME will be #1 in employment generation because so many women entrepreneurs, for example, you know, they still use their husband's name or father's name or brother's name. So we are trying to create awareness of how they too can become their own leader, master. And so we are trying to formalize MSMEs. We are bringing technology for all, working very hard towards this, and hopefully by 2030, every district will have one technology center. And it will be based on the comparative advantages that that district possesses. So it won't be the same for everyone. Like UP government is already doing the one district, one product, adopt. So something like that. So if one district is strong on spices, one on automobiles, then that particular required technology center will be set up. So Ministry of MSME has already submitted to the government that yes, our vision would be that every district will have one technology center. And gender parity. You know, we would like to bring women workforce also to 50-50. So we are working very hard towards that. And so, of course, we gave a huge list, but the government, 13 ministries are involved in the economic sector. And so every ministry are giving their visions. And so we have to really cut down. And so maybe these 3-4 points, the government will pick up. So we are working towards that. And we would love to engage the industry because industry knows. And right now, the draft MSME national policy is already, yesterday we were deliberating and I had to leave for Chennai, so I left halfway. But I'm sure many of you had given your comments, your inputs, how best we can draft the national MSME policy. And so the government is now making amendments and will be bringing it out very shortly. And so we are engaging the industry association. We would like to hear what the ground looks like, how best we can address, how best we can partner together so that our MSMEs can be built up. And we become not only the champions in 1 or 2 sector, but in whatever sector that we can be champions because we have manpower, we have the ability, but we just have to connect the dot and become better integrated and synergize the various programs and schemes that the government runs in various ministries, not only at Government of India level, but also in the state government. And so programs like RAMP will bring us together. And we are hoping that very soon, MSME will become one of the most powerful ministries where we help our Indian people, not only in the cities, but also to the last mile. So that's what we do. For many more details that you would like to know, kindly visit our MSME website. And any questions that you have, you're welcome to email. And these days, email is the best, so you can email me or you can also reach out to our NSIC office, our DI office, DFO it's renamed. So our DFO office, some of our officers are here. You can reach out to them and then put forth your suggestions, your grievances, and whatever are your queries, you can always find more details. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your thought-provoking and informative presentation. We now move to the Q&A session. Please be seated. Yes.
Q&A just now. You can remove this light. I can't see.
Morning, madam.
Good morning.
Yeah. So, under the MSME sector, any special funds or seed funding scheme for startups is there?
Yes, I think so. Why don't you go to the for the Shri Fund, is it?
Yeah, seed fund or pre-seed fund?
Yeah, Shri Fund, SRI.
No, seed fund, venture fund.
Okay, seed fund. I think that is the domain of DPIT, DPIIT. Okay. So startup is looked after by DPIT.
Okay.
And so I think if you're looking for the seed fund for the startup, DPIT would be the right ministry because they have certain schemes for startups.
Yeah, that I know that they are having. But if somebody was saying MSME has got also some incubation fund or seed fund, something like that. I heard it actually.
Yeah, which I already told you about the innovative scheme here.
Okay.
If you want, but then for startup, if you're looking for small money, PMEGP is there. Okay, if you are, otherwise for startup, I don't think we have specific startup fund in MSME.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
seed fund.
Startups can apply under the other MSME schemes also.
Of course, yes, yes.
First we registered as DPET and then come to MSME for regular schemes.
No,
That's
DPIT also will have. DPIT also will be having startup seed fund schemes.
Yeah, that will apply there.
Yeah.
For other normal schemes of MSME, startups can also apply. That's
Yes,
what
yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, please register under Udhyam.
Under Udyam, yeah.
Yes, and it's free of money. So if, because there are many fake sites which are asking for money, so those are fake.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sit down.
Okay, thanks.
Let's be informal.
Thank you for your brilliant and comprehensive presentation. I have issues. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in India is doing well, as we are made to understand in Nigeria. But before then, too, my name is Dr. Fido Okpara. I work with the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria. And I'm equally the Vice President for WASME. I haven't listened to your presentation. I think in Nigeria too and in India, the MSMEs have similar challenges, so to say. And Nigeria too being the largest in terms of population in Africa, I think there must be need, or there should be need for Indian MSMEs and Nigerian MSME to explore and see how they can access the market. Because access to market is a very crucial challenge in Nigeria as regards the MSMEs, and especially the international market or global market. So I think within the textile industry too, or textile sector, we were doing very well before, but recently, a lot of the textile companies went into comatose. So I think we can extend the market for Nigerian MSME through partnership and collaboration, and organizing joint trade exhibition for MSME, not only within the textile sector, but in other sectors. I think your ministry and the agency in Nigeria should be able to explore that area. And what are you doing towards this? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know our ambassador in Nigeria is pursuing the MOU with us. So once the MEA vet the MOU, then I think we'll be signing MOU with Nigeria also. Yeah. Good practices we can always exchange.
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful presentation. This is Mahalakshmi from Consult Kruba. We are from the Export Marketing Consultancy. Yeah. So wonderful presentation. It was so good to know. I'm Mahalakshmi from Consult Kruba Export Marketing Consultancy. We see there is a change that's happening in the market and the consumer behavior. Where we really see the gap is our people who are into MSME sector, lack of knowledge of changing market dynamics. Of course, you provide the program like trades and events and exhibitions, but it becomes too late or expensive for them to go stand in the market to learn it because of the time shortage and everything. They come back with that understanding. Is there any program that's provided by MSME to help them understand the changing market dynamics and the consumer behavior for their product or for their sector? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I know this is a domain of Ministry of Commerce, because when it comes to trade with international countries, then it comes under the domain of commerce. But sadly, we don't have any portal where these kind of issues are addressed. Okay, so I was in this India Trade Board, very recently held by Commerce Ministry. I was listening to some of their presentation. They're also bringing up a portal. Hopefully that will be bigger, larger, and that will be more focused towards the global market, because that's what their mandate is. But MSMEs, we are also trying to build this portal to help our small MSMEs, because we are too small and it is not even possible to understand the various requirements, especially the documentation itself. It's mind-boggling. So how can we help our MSMEs with the documentation, with the requirement of certification, quality, that each country differs from, their demands, requirements. So we are trying to build data where all this information will be put under GMIS. Of course, it'll take a year minimum. Still, we are working very hard towards that. So as of now, we don't have. That is my first answer to your question. But we have under our international conference, international cooperation scheme, where we organize such platforms, right? So today, WASME is doing on textiles. Tomorrow, say CII, for example, or FICCI, or any of the industry association can organize such a conclave or a seminar or a summit for a particular product or services, and bring in those countries' expert and tell us, this is what is required. There is a market like this. We would like to, increase the, buyer-seller thing between the two countries. We can sponsor. We can sponsor under our IC.
So we, Consult Kruba, have developed a template that would help different verticals to understand that and cost effectively and how to reach a result-oriented approach. So who would be the right person to contact to provide such kind of servers or linkages for the MSME?
As I said, the best thing will be, of course, Ministry of Commerce, because they deal with foreign countries. And if you talk about the certification and quality testing and so, every country is different. So it's difficult to talk about, I may talk about Germany here, but Japan is again different, Americas are different. So every country has got their own standards, and it's not very easy to address in one platform. But if you have a particular country in your mind, and you would like to invite the expert from those countries to come on board, and you mobilize some of your MSMEs and then call the MSMEs to come and organize under my IC scheme, just as our WASME is doing, then you can approach me, no issues.
Thank you so much. That's very useful.
Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. I have a question. I am from the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm the president of the National Handloom Council. So we have state presence all over India. I also have my own personal brand called Malgadi, which is a bootstrapped company, and it is registered under MSME. Now we are looking to, after the pandemic, we are looking to expand, and we have women a team of 5 women heading the company, and we also have artisans and weavers from the grassroots level, from different sectors and areas in India. So how can MSME help us to scale up, and will they support us with their grants, and what are the schemes that's available for a women entrepreneur company, women-owned entrepreneurial company?
Thank you. How many women do you have?
The company, we have 5 women, but the
The women
level,
weavers and artisans.
we have different areas, we have more than 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have up to 500, you can apply under Sufurti, the scheme for regenerating rural industries. We are funding them up to 5 CR, okay? And under that, you create a CFC, Common Facilitation Center. You bring in your technologies, bring the women there, and then the entire value chain is being helped. So many handloom sector women have accessed this Sufurti scheme, and that's helping. CDP is also a very good one, cluster development program. So you have a cluster of at least 500 or 800 women working. You access that. You saw the percentages, and for detail, you can go to my website, our website, and then have a look at that. But Sufurti and CDP MSc will help you create a cluster where all the women will come, artisans will come and work under one roof. And so you can see the quality, the quantity, and also all the certification, everything will be done under that. Plus, technology is also part of the scheme, so
Okay,
that
but
will
can
really
they be
help.
from different pockets? I mean, not necessarily at one space, like we have one in Delhi.
No, one CFC is, I think, at least 500.
At
And
least
so if
one,
you set
okay.
up, if you set up one CFC
Okay.
under these 2 schemes,
Okay.
then you will have to put up that you have 500 women weavers, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I know so many women had taken under handloom in Northeast also.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So good morning, ma'am. This is Dr. Devraj. I am from Andhra Pradesh, and I am the MSME Chamber of Commerce All India President. So recently we have met Honorable Prime Minister in the Ujjami Bharat in Vigyan Bhavan meeting. So he has announced the ramp scheme also on the dais. So in your presentation, it was a fantastic presentation, and have been interacting with more than 350 micro small enterprises across the India who are my members also. So regarding Z certificate, so what is the role of a Z certificate in promoting global exports? Do you have any alliance or you have any connection with Z certificate, certification of the Z with exports, promoting exports? That is my question number 1. And second is regarding venture capital. Most of the MSMEs are facing financial crunch, mostly the startups. And the government of India has been announcing financial support through different schemes, but the loan component, the financial major chunk of the finance comes from the bankers. I think 90% of this audience are facing this problem, the financial problem, and entrepreneurs from the bankers. And when we approach the bankers, they say about the collateral securities, all these securities, this one, this one, this one. Even the primary securities are in our own industries also, they're keeping the primary securities. But whereas CGTMS scheme is not so helpful at the time of the need for the entrepreneurs. And what coming to the venture capital, under NSSC, under your this one. So what is the procedure and what are the norms and what is the support you are getting from the venture capital so that to alternative mechanism for this funding from the banks? Thank you once again.
Yeah, thanks. For the Z one, I think it will be helpful if you are complying with all this Z thing. Okay, I don't deal with that directly. It's a new scheme, but it is zero effect, zero defect. The simple thing Z is that only. So we are keeping the SDGs also in mind. And if your enterprise is following some of these SDG criteria that the world has put forward to the government, then I think it'll help you because you are greening your MSME. You are not, in effect, destroying the environment, but rather complying with all the SDG points that are mentioned there. For that, you kindly go to our website, get the detail, and how you can apply. It's already there. In fact, for every of you, if you want to see the detail format, how to apply all these schemes, it's written in champions.gov.in. Okay, if you go to champions.gov.in and click schemes for you, then 2 silos will come up, all schemes, new schemes. So in the new schemes, all these Z and this Shri Fund, all this will come because these are new ramp. All this will pop up. And then how to apply, there will be a hyperlink, and then you go there, then the format will pop up. So things are very easy under champions.gov.in. So kindly go there, and I think you will answer. I know we say a lot of things that this much money has been given for the MSMEs, this much money, and we keep announcing in all the platforms. But when we come and meet the real entrepreneur, then they are saying, ma'am, we are not able to even go near the bank. We know that, and that's a regular problem that we face. Thing is, the government has made the scheme in such a way that it'll be through banks. We don't know who are the entrepreneurs. We are just making policy at our MSME level. All the handouts are being given by the banks. Okay, the banks have branches all across. And if you talk about some of the backward districts, they don't even have banks. So then when they don't have banks, what about PMEGP? What are you saying? We want to sell this, we want to have these beautiful handicrafts, we want to share, but we don't have any access. Not talk about even registering on the Udyam portal. I met some entrepreneurs in some remote place in the Northeast. They were saying that it's been 3 times that we went to the DM office for our Aadhaar seeding, and even to open up our current account. But then there are no banks, no electricity, no internet. So how do we do that? We would love to be, because we have been entrepreneurs for many years, but we are selling at a very small scale. We would like to also know what the market is like. We would like to bring our very unique design to the market, but we don't have any of this facility, and without that, we are not able to access any of this. So I know challenges are there. And MSME may say, okay, we have this much budget, we have this much budget, thousands of crore for this, thousand. We announce like that. But in the end, it is the bank who gives. And the bank, after accepting the applications of the entrepreneurs, they submit to us and say, okay, we have approved 30 proposals or 100 proposals, now give us the subsidy component. Then we release the subsidy component. So our interface is only with the bank. I know there are huge challenges with the banks. That's why we're having meetings with the banks, okay, national banks, private banks. We're having a meeting with banks almost every month. And I think after I go back to Delhi, we are also letting the DFS, Department of Financial Services, which looks after all the banks, the JS will be chairing also. So I know there's a huge problem, and for seed money or even for accessing some of these CGTMSE, there's a lot of problem, but it's not directly us who's giving to the entrepreneur. It is routed through the banks, So these are some issues that I cannot really address here, but we understand, and we are talking with the DFS on a very regular basis. And DFS is also aware. Venture capital also, as I said, kindly go to the website. The detail will be given there because it is implemented by NSIC. So you can go and meet the NSIC officer. Can you please stand up? Yeah, he's the guy. Kindly take his contact and then talk to him, okay? Yeah, so both of you can have a detailed talk, and if any query is remaining, then you can email to us and we will try to answer.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With that, we come to the end of this very interactive session. To conclude and to felicitate our speaker, I invite the dignitaries back on stage. I invite His Excellency Professor Dr. K.C. Janki, Dr. Ajit Kumar Nigam, Dr. Sanjeev Layak, Mr. Yash Arya, and Mr. Matpanaban to please join us on the stage, please. As an expression of our gratitude, I now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Sanjeev Layak to present our speaker, Ms. Percy Epao, with the memento. I request the dignitaries to remain standing for a group photograph, please. I invite all the international speakers on stage for another group photograph. I invite our speakers and participants from various countries on the stage. Please join us for a group photograph. I request the dignitaries to remain standing. I now request the audience to also please stand up. We began this morning's program with the Tamil Thai Varthu, and we would conclude this section of this morning's program with the national anthem. I request the console to please play the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. A big thank you to all the dignitaries and all the speakers who are on stage. I request the participants to please be seated and give us a couple of minutes so that we can set up for our panel discussion.